Have you ever wondered why some people just stay on your mind no matter what? It's almost as if they've found a way to carve out a space in your thoughts, and they linger there, influencing you, inspiring you, or even haunting you. Imagine if you could be that person, someone who leaves an indelible mark on others, who is unforgettable, not because of what they do, but because of who they are. What if I told you that the secret to this kind of presence lies in mastering just a handful of skills? Skills rooted in an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time and remains as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Today, we're going to uncover the 10 essential Stoic skills that will make them think about you non-stop. Before we dive into these transformative skills, I want to ask you for a small favor. If you're ready to learn how to harness the power of Stoicism to become unforgettable, to create a presence that people can't help but remember, then please hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you don't miss out on any of the wisdom that could change how you're perceived forever. Stoicism isn't just some ancient, dusty philosophy reserved for scholars and historians. It's a practical guide to living a life of calm, control, and influence. The Stoics believed that true power comes from within, from mastering oneself rather than the world around you. They taught that by cultivating certain virtues and skills, you could not only weather life's storms, but become a beacon of strength, wisdom, and tranquility. Today, I'm going to show you how you can apply these time-tested principles to become someone who is not just seen, but remembered, someone who others can't stop thinking about, even long after you've left the room. Number 1. Self-control. The first skill is self-control. Imagine yourself in a stressful situation at work, perhaps a big meeting where everyone's on edge. Tensions are high, and you can see that people are getting frustrated. Voices are rising, tempers are flaring, and it feels like everything could fall apart at any moment. Now picture yourself in that same room, but instead of joining in the chaos, you remain calm. You speak slowly, clearly, and with purpose. You don't react to the emotions swirling around you. Instead, you control your own emotions, staying focused on the task at hand. This is the essence of self-control. But self-control goes beyond just managing stress. It's about being the master of your own mind and body. Think about a time when you were tempted to react impulsively. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or a friend said something hurtful. The easy response is to lash out, to let your emotions take the wheel. But when you choose to pause, to breathe, and to respond thoughtfully, you show incredible strength. This kind of self-control not only earns you respect, but also makes you memorable. People will think of you as the one who never loses their cool, no matter the situation. Let's look at a real-life example: Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, he emerged without bitterness, without anger, but with a calm and focused determination to lead his country to a peaceful transition from apartheid. His self-control in the face of extreme adversity made him not just a leader, but an icon, someone who the world will never forget. Number 2. Rational decision-making. Next, we have rational decision-making. Imagine you're at a crossroads in your life, perhaps deciding whether to take a new job, move to a new city, or end a relationship. These are decisions that can shape your entire future, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the possibilities. Many people might make a quick decision based on emotions or pressure from others, only to regret it later. But if you take the time to think rationally, to weigh the pros and cons, to consider not just the immediate effects, but the long-term consequences, you're setting yourself apart from the crowd. Rational decision-making is about using logic and reason to guide your choices rather than being driven by emotions or impulses. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, they're important too, but it means not letting them dictate your actions. By making decisions based on careful thought and consideration, you not only make better choices, but also become someone others trust and admire. People will come to you for advice, knowing that you're the one who thinks things through and makes wise decisions. Think about Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world. His approach to investing is famously rational. He doesn't follow the trends or make impulsive buys. Instead, he carefully analyzes each potential investment, considering the long-term value and stability. This rational approach has made him not just wealthy, but one of the most respected figures in the business world. People think of him as the ultimate example of calm, rational decision-making, a model of how to succeed in any area of life. Number 3, resilience in adversity. Resilience is the third skill, and it's about more than just bouncing back from setbacks. Life is full of challenges, some big, some small, but what really defines us is how we respond to those challenges. Imagine you've just experienced a significant failure. Perhaps you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for, or a project you worked on fell apart. It's natural to feel disappointed, maybe even defeated. But resilience means not letting that failure define you. Instead, you pick yourself up, learn from the experience, and keep moving forward. Resilience isn't about ignoring your emotions or pretending that everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulties you face and choosing to rise above them. It's about using setbacks as stepping stones to success, rather than letting them drag you down. This kind of resilience is incredibly powerful because it shows others that you're not easily defeated. It makes you someone they can rely on, someone who won't give up when the going gets tough. Take J.K. Rowling, for example. Before she became one of the best-selling authors in the world, she faced countless rejections for her Harry Potter manuscript. She was living on welfare and struggling as a single mother. But she didn't give up. She kept writing, kept submitting, and eventually her resilience paid off. Now she's not only a literary icon, but a symbol of what can be achieved through perseverance. People think of her not just as an author, but as someone who embodies resilience in the face of adversity. Number 4, mindful presence. Mindful presence is about being fully there, mentally, emotionally, and physically. In today's world, where distractions are everywhere, being truly present with someone is a rare gift. Picture yourself in a conversation with a friend or colleague. How often are you really listening, fully engaged in what they're saying, without thinking about your next task or glancing at your phone? Probably not as often as you'd like to admit. But when you're mindfully present, you're giving that person your full attention, and that's something they'll remember. Mindful presence isn't just about listening, it's about connecting on a deeper level. It's about showing the other person that they matter, that you value what they're saying, and that you're there for them. This kind of presence creates strong, lasting relationships because people feel seen and understood. It's a way of saying, "You are important to me," without using words. Let's consider a real-life example. Fred Rogers, the beloved host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He had an incredible ability to make every person he spoke to feel like they were the only one in the room. His mindful presence, whether on screen or in person, made people feel valued and understood. It's no wonder he remains an enduring figure in American culture, someone who people think of fondly and often because of the way he made them feel. Number 5. Emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage your emotions, especially in challenging situations. Imagine you're in a heated argument, perhaps with a partner or a colleague. The natural response might be to raise your voice, to defend yourself, or to lash out in anger. But emotional regulation means taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and choosing to respond calmly and thoughtfully. It means not letting your emotions control you, but instead using them in a way that serves you and the situation. Emotional regulation is a skill that can transform your relationships and your life. When you're able to stay calm and composed, even when others are losing their cool, you become a source of stability and strength. People will remember you as the one who didn't get flustered, who didn't let the heat of the moment dictate their actions. This kind of emotional intelligence is not only admired, but deeply respected. Think about Michelle Obama, who often spoke about the importance of going high when others go low. In the face of criticism and personal attacks, she maintained her composure, never letting anger or frustration take over. Her ability to regulate her emotions made her a powerful and inspiring figure, someone who others look up to as a model of grace under pressure. Number 6. Virtuous living. Virtue is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. To live virtuously means to live in accordance with your highest values, to do what is right, even when it's difficult. In today's world, where it's easy to cut corners or compromise on your principles, those who live virtuously stand out. They are the ones who are respected, admired, and remembered. When you live a life of integrity, when you consistently choose what is right over what is easy, you create a legacy that others can't ignore. Virtuous living isn't just about following rules or being a good person. It's about aligning your actions with your beliefs so that everything you do reflects who you truly are. It's about making choices that you can be proud of, even when no one is watching. And when you live this way, people notice. They see you as someone they can trust, someone who they can count on to do the right thing, even when it's hard. Consider the example of Mahatma Gandhi, who lived by the principle of non-violence, even in the face of oppression and violence. His commitment to virtue, living by his highest values, made him not just a leader in India's independence movement, but a global symbol of peace and integrity. Gandhi's virtuous living continues to inspire millions around the world, making him unforgettable. Number 7. Acceptance of reality. Acceptance is a powerful Stoic principle that teaches us to embrace reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Life is full of things beyond our control: people, events, circumstances. The Stoics believed that by accepting these things with grace and focusing on what we can control, we find true peace and strength. Imagine being in a situation where things aren't going your way. Maybe a project at work isn't progressing as planned, or a relationship isn't turning out the way you hoped. The natural reaction might be to resist, to fight against reality, or to get frustrated. But acceptance means acknowledging the situation as it is and focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't change. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means understanding what is within your control and what isn't, and then choosing to act on what you can influence. This mindset frees you from unnecessary stress and frustration, allowing you to focus your energy on what truly matters. People who practice acceptance are often seen as wise and grounded because they don't waste time or energy on things they can't change. Instead, they focus on making the best of any situation. A real-life example of this is Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Despite enduring unimaginable suffering, Frankl accepted his reality and focused on what he could control: his attitude and response to his circumstances. His acceptance of what was beyond his control, combined with his focus on what he could change, helped him survive and find meaning in his suffering. Frankl's life and work continue to inspire countless people, showing the power of acceptance. Number 8. Purposeful action. Purposeful action is about making every move count. It's about living with intention, knowing what you want, and taking deliberate steps to achieve it. People who live with purpose are magnetic. They draw others to them because they seem to have a clear direction, a sense of meaning that others find inspiring. Imagine being the person who doesn't just drift through life, reacting to whatever comes your way, but who takes charge, who acts with purpose, who knows where they're going and why. Living with purpose means setting goals and working towards them with determination and focus. It means being proactive rather than reactive, and it involves making decisions that align with your values and long-term vision. When you act with purpose, you not only achieve more, but you also inspire others. People see you as someone who knows what they want and who goes after it with everything they have. This kind of determination and clarity is incredibly attractive and memorable. Think about Martin Luther King Jr., whose purposeful actions during the civil rights movement changed the course of history. He knew what he wanted, a world where people were judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin, and he took deliberate, courageous actions to make that vision a reality. His purposeful action made him not just a leader, but a hero whose legacy continues to inspire generations. Number 9. Gratitude for the present. Gratitude is often overlooked, but it's one of the most powerful emotions we can cultivate. When you express genuine gratitude for what you have, for the people in your life, for the present moment, you create a positive energy that is infectious. People are drawn to those who are grateful because it shows that you appreciate life, that you're content, and that you're happy. Imagine being the person who always finds something to be thankful for, who sees the good in every situation. This kind of attitude is not just uplifting, it's unforgettable. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you, it's about truly appreciating the present moment and the people around you. It's about recognizing the good in your life, even when things aren't perfect. When you practice gratitude regularly, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. This not only makes you happier, but also makes you more attractive to others. People will remember you as someone who brings positivity and light into their lives. A real-life example of gratitude is Oprah Winfrey, who often speaks about the importance of gratitude in her life. Despite her success, she consistently practices gratitude, keeping a daily journal where she writes down what she's thankful for. This practice has helped her stay grounded and focused, even amidst the pressures of fame and fortune. Oprah's gratitude has made her not just a media mogul, but a beloved figure who is admired and remembered by millions. Number 10. Emotional intelligence. Finally, we come to emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, interpret, and respond to the emotions of others. This skill is crucial for building strong, lasting relationships. Imagine being able to read the room, to sense what others are feeling, and to respond in a way that makes them feel understood and valued. People remember those who get them, who connect with them on an emotional level, who make them feel seen and heard. Emotional intelligence is not just a skill, it's a superpower that makes you truly unforgettable. Emotional intelligence involves empathy, self-awareness, and social skills. It's about being attuned to your own emotions and the emotions of others, and using that awareness to navigate social interactions effectively. People with high emotional intelligence are often seen as approachable, understanding, and trustworthy. They build strong connections with others because they know how to communicate in a way that resonates on an emotional level. Consider the events of July 13, 2024, when there was an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Despite the highly charged and chaotic situation, Trump demonstrated remarkable emotional intelligence. Instead of reacting with fear or anger, he remained composed, addressing the situation with calm and clear communication. His response not only diffused a potentially volatile situation, but also reassured his supporters and the nation. His ability to manage his emotions and the emotions of those around him in such a high-stress moment made a lasting impact, showcasing how emotional intelligence can turn a crisis into a moment of strength and leadership. This moment underscored the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership and how it can leave an indelible mark on those who witness it. Now that you've learned about these 10 essential Stoic skills, how do you apply them in your life? It's one thing to understand these concepts, but it's another to live them. The good news is that you can start right now with small, deliberate actions. Begin by choosing one skill to focus on this week. Maybe it's self-control. Practice staying calm in situations where you'd normally react. Or perhaps it's gratitude. Start each day by writing down 3 things you're thankful for. These small steps might seem insignificant, but they build up over time, creating habits that transform your life. Imagine applying these skills in your relationships. How would your interactions change if you were more present, more emotionally intelligent? How would your career benefit from rational decision-making or purposeful action? The possibilities are endless. The more you practice, the more these skills become second nature, and the more others will begin to notice and remember you. The journey to becoming unforgettable starts with a single step. Pick one of these Stoic skills and commit to mastering it this week. Reflect on how it changes your interactions, your decisions, and your sense of self. And when you see the difference it makes, come back and share your experience with us in the comments. Let's build a community where we learn from each other and grow together, where we support each other in becoming the best versions of ourselves. Remember, the power to be unforgettable lies within you. By mastering these Stoic skills, you won't just be living a better life. You'll be creating a legacy. You'll be someone who others can't stop thinking about, someone who leaves a lasting mark on the world. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more insights into Stoicism and self-improvement. The world needs more people like you, people who live with intention, purpose, and presence.